Hi, this is Osama Amrani, and in this video we'll delve into the world of reproduction in plants. Ever wondered how plants, without the ability to move or communicate, manage to reproduce and ensure the survival of their species? It's a question that has intrigued scientists for centuries. Plants hold an essential role in our world's biodiversity and ecological balance. Their reproduction methods, both mystifying and ingenious, contribute significantly to this role. But how do plants reproduce? Well, there are two main ways. The first is sexual reproduction, which involves the fusion of male and female gametes, resulting in offspring that are genetically different from their parents. The second type is asexual reproduction, where a plant can reproduce by itself, creating genetically identical offspring. These two methods have their unique advantages and challenges, and plants have evolved to use them in different ways, depending on their environment and circumstances. So, buckle up as we delve into the fascinating world of plant reproduction. First, take a look at sexual reproduction, a process that involves the production and fusion of sex cells. Now, let's unravel the fascinating steps of sexual reproduction in plants. The magic begins with the formation of pollen grains and ovules, the sex cells of plants. These are produced in the male and female parts of the flower, the stamen and the pistil respectively. The stamen, waving like a tiny flagpole in the breeze, produces pollen grains, while the pistil, standing tall in the center of the flower, forms ovules in its base, known as the ovary. The next stage is pollination, a critical step where pollen grains are transferred from the stamen to the pistil. This can occur within the same flower, called self-pollination, or between different flowers, referred to as cross-pollination. Cross-pollination in particular brings about genetic diversity, making plants more resilient to environmental changes. Following pollination, we have fertilization, where the pollen grain germinates on the pistil stigma, sending a pollen tube down to the ovary. The male sex cell then travels down this tube to unite with the female sex cell in the ovule. This fusion results in a fertilized cell known as a zygote. It's like a romantic rendezvous at the cellular level, wouldn't you say? The zygote then develops into an embryo, and the ovule matures into a seed. This seed, encapsulated in a protective fruit, carries the potential to grow into a new plant, given the right conditions. And there you have it, the intricate dance of sexual reproduction in plants. But let's not forget the role of flowers in this process. They are not just the colorful, fragrant wonders we admire in gardens and bouquets. Flowers are the stage on which this reproductive drama unfolds. They attract pollinators, protect the sex cells and facilitate their fusion, and finally give rise to fruits and seeds. Indeed, flowers are not just for aesthetics, they play a crucial role in the survival of plant species. Now, you might be wondering, how do these immobile plants manage to exchange pollen? Well, it's all thanks to the unsung heroes of the plant world, pollinators. Pollinators are nature's matchmakers. They include a wide range of creatures and natural forces such as bees, birds, butterflies, bats, and even the wind. These agents play a crucial role in the process of pollination, which allows the transfer of pollen from the male part of a flower, the stamen, to the female part, the pistil. Let's take bees, for instance. As they flit from flower to flower, collecting nectar, they inadvertently pick up pollen on their bodies. When they visit the next flower, some of this pollen rubs off onto the pistil, thereby fertilizing the flower and setting the stage for the production of seeds and fruits. Birds, particularly hummingbirds, are another group of efficient pollinators. Their long beaks are perfectly adapted to reach into flowers for nectar, and in doing so, they too transport pollen. Wind also plays a significant role in pollination, especially for plants like grasses and conifers, which produce lightweight pollen grains that can easily be carried away by a breeze. These pollinators are vital to the survival and diversity of plant populations. They help to fertilize a staggering 3/4 of our food crops, and they also contribute to the vibrant colors and variety we see in our natural landscapes. Without these diligent pollinators, the world would certainly be a less colorful and less fruitful place. But what about those plants that don't produce flowers? How do they continue their lineage, you may ask? Well, the answer lies in the simplicity of asexual reproduction, a process where a new plant is produced from a single parent. This is nature's version of cloning, where an exact copy of the parent is made. No need for the birds and the bees, just a simple self-replication. One common method of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation, where new plants grow from parts of the parent plant. Picture a strawberry plant. sending out runners that touch the ground and sprout into new plants. Or consider the humble potato, with its eyes sprouting new shoots that can become whole new plants. It's all about taking a piece of the parent and growing it into something new. Then we have budding, a process where a new organism grows out of the parent organism. Yeasts, simple fungi, are a classic example here, producing a bud that eventually pinches off to live its own life. In the plant world, a bud on a stem or root can develop into a whole new plant. It's a bit like having a mini-me growing out of you. Fragmentation is another method, where the plant is broken into distinct pieces, each of which can grow into a new plant. Imagine a starfish losing a limb, which then grows into a whole new starfish. In the plant kingdom, plants like the prickly pear cactus drop pads that can grow into new plants. It's a bit of a rough and tumble approach, but it works. These methods of asexual reproduction may lack the romanticism of pollination and fertilization, but they have their own charm. They are simple, efficient, and effective, ensuring the survival of the plant species even in the absence of suitable pollinators or harsh conditions. So even without the drama of pollination and fertilization, plants have found a simple yet effective way to reproduce. Now that we understand the processes, let's reflect on why plant reproduction matters to us. The process of plant reproduction is not only fascinating but also essential to our survival. It's the life force that brings forth the fruits, vegetables, and grains we eat every day. Without plant reproduction, our plates would be empty and our stomachs unfilled. More than just a source of food, plants also maintain biodiversity. Each species reproduces in its unique way, leading to a diverse array of plant life. This diversity is essential for the health of our planet's ecosystems, as each plant plays a role in its environment, providing habitats and food for a multitude of creatures. Furthermore, plant reproduction supports life on Earth in a broader sense. Through the process of photosynthesis, plants convert carbon dioxide into oxygen, a gas we humans cannot live without. The more plants reproduce, the more oxygen they produce, and the healthier our planet becomes. However, human activities can impact plant reproduction, and by extension, the environment. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change all pose threats to plant populations and their ability to reproduce. It's up to us to mitigate these threats and protect our green companions. Indeed, every seed, every flower, and every leaf has a story to tell about the remarkable process of plant reproduction. So, to answer our initial question, plants, though seemingly passive, have evolved intricate strategies to ensure their survival. We've journeyed through the mysterious world of plant reproduction and seen how these silent beings of the earth sustain and perpetuate their species. From the sexual reproduction involving vibrant flowers to the simple yet effective asexual reproduction, plants have an array of strategies up their sleeves. In the realm of sexual reproduction, we've discovered the intricate ballet of pollination, where plants and pollinators are entwined in a beautiful dance of survival. The flowers, with their stunning hues and intoxicating fragrances, beckon to insects, birds, and even the wind, in a bid to transport their pollen to another flower and eventually create seeds. We've also seen how plants don't always require a partner to reproduce. They can clone themselves in various ways, be it through runners, bulbs, tubers, or cuttings. This simplicity and efficiency of asexual reproduction allows plants to quickly colonize an area, providing a green carpet for the earth. The significance of plant reproduction is far-reaching. Beyond the beauty and diversity it brings to our planet, it underpins the ecosystems that we and countless other species depend on. It provides us with food, oxygen, and materials, as well as being a source of inspiration and wonder. Yet this intricate web of life is delicate and can be easily disrupted by human activities. As we've seen, plants rely on a complex network of interactions to reproduce, and any disruption to this can have cascading effects on the ecosystem. So, let's not take plants and their silent yet vital role in our world for granted. Let's appreciate their beauty, marvel at their ingenious reproduction strategies, and most importantly, protect them and their habitats. Remember, understanding and respecting these processes is not just about appreciating nature's beauty, but also about ensuring our own survival on this planet.